President Clinton's key personnel changes today for his second term include a first. For the first time in U.S. history, the nominee for Secretary of State is a woman. And the president's choice for Secretary of Defense is a long-standing Republican. White House correspondent Rita Braver begins our coverage.
To hear the president tell it, it's a foreign policy dream team.
They have the experience, the judgment, the vision to meet the heavy responsibility and the high privilege of leadership.
Madeleine Albright will become the first woman Secretary of State. Now United Nations ambassador, she's a former professor whose family came to the U.S. from Czechoslovakia when she was 11.
Madeleine Albright's steely determination has helped to advance our interests and our ideals around the world.
For Secretary of Defense, the president chose a Republican, outgoing Senator William Cohen. He first came to national prominence as one of the Watergate babies, the young House members who voted to impeach President Nixon during Watergate. He's considered a moderate and a maverick who often goes his own way.
Are you concerned that he may do so in your administration?
No.
The president's choice to run the CIA is his current national security advisor, Anthony Lake. The would-be chief spy master is a former college professor who doesn't really bring James Bond to mind, but he's credited with crafting successful U.S. policies in Haiti and Bosnia.
In moments of crisis and times of triumph, he has always been at my side.
And the president's new national security advisor will be Samuel Sandy Berger, who moves up from deputy. A Washington lawyer, he and the president met campaigning for liberal Democratic candidates.
In fact, we have known each other since we were about half our present age. I hate that.
And though the president has said he wants his cabinet to be bipartisan and to include women and minorities, today he insisted he chose his nominees for Secretary of Defense and State purely for their qualifications.
Am I glad that I have a Republican in the cabinet? Yes. Am I proud that I got a chance to appoint the first woman Secretary of State? You bet I am. My mama's smiling down at me right now. But that is not why I appointed her.
The president will now concentrate on choosing his domestic policy team. And as with filling these jobs, it will probably be a long and messy process. His staff says that's just because it's his nature to consider all the options.